5:41 p.m. Today, Big Brother is holding a press conference and housemates are preparing to face their critics.
Hey.
Sounds like there's people. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Housemates will be grilled by journalist and presenter Vanessa Feltz.
Nice to meet you. We've been glued.
Also probing housemates are ex-celebrity housemates Louisa Zisman and McKenna. As well as journalists from the tabloids and Big Brother viewers.
You alright? Yeah.
Thanks. Hi, John. This is where we get to ask you everything that we're desperate to know. Here we go. I'm going to kick off, if you don't mind, with John.
Okay.
We thought, watching you, that you had made a real friend in Darren.
Sure.
And yet, you nominated him for eviction, and you gave a reason, which was a kind of fairly incriminating reason. You know, it looks as if you're an addict, you're a recovering addict, and you're now addicted to cigarettes, and for your own good, I think, you know, you should be up for eviction.
Yeah.
This was an extraordinary thing for viewers to behold.
Sure.
In retrospect, did you do the right thing?
I think I did myself a lot of damage, but in retrospect, I still think I did the right thing.
Well, why did you do it?
Because I wasn't doing it for how I looked. I was thinking about Darren. Now, as much as you may say I wasn't thinking about him, I was.
You didn't have to nominate him, though, did you? You could have taken him to one side and said, I'm not nominated your friend.
Well, no, I didn't have to.
It's nasty.
Let's bring in Josh Rom on this one. Josh is a viewer.
Okay.
Do you actually like turning people against each other?
No, I don't like turning people against each other.
OK, then.
Did you not conspire to turn the rest of the house very, very much against Tiffany when Tiffany made an entirely legitimate mistake? She'd been in the house with David Guest and Angie Bowie announces, and we all saw this, and her exact words were, David is dead. Right? Who the fuck is she meant to think is dead? Right? She did nothing wrong, nothing. So watching it at home and watching you lead a kind of mutiny against her to try and ostracise her from the house and say nobody wants to be in here with her.
It wasn't that it was wrong, it's the fact that it was aggressive, and that was my issue.
Did you sort of think better of it? Did you think you'd been a bit unpleasant to her and that's why you offered to take...
Well, I didn't necessarily think... I didn't want it to end like that. Obviously, she wasn't going to go, and we do have to live together, and we do have to move on, and that's what you have to do. You have to move on, and so that's what I did.
In fairness to John, Tiffany, it was an understandable mistake, but as soon as you realised what had happened, given that she's grieving, you could have just gone, you know, fair enough, in that situation.
But I thought it was a hoax in this situation.
No, but even when you knew, though, you can still continue to sort of go for her and argue with her.
I guess I didn't care.
But now, and so then, yeah, so in that case, John
we've got questions for Tiffany coming up, so we'll ask Tiffany some questions in a minute. Let's now have some questions for Daniela.
Go, Vanessa.
All right, so those two breakouts.
Yeah.
What was going on?
We all have points and we just hit walls at different times, and it's how we handle it. We handle it differently. I'm a very emotional person. For me, at that moment, I was like, fuck this. I am out. Keep your money, right? I've been homeless. I've lived in a car. I've done all that stuff. I've been to a food bank. I've lived on that white side of life, do you know what I mean? So for me, what have I got to lose? I'm out the door.
Daniela.
Yes.
It comes off really two-faced when you're lovely to Steph, and then the next minute you're quite bitter and you come across as like a really nasty older woman. Why do you behave like that?
Because that's who I am, darling. Take it or leave it. Is that good enough for you?
At Big Brother's press conference, the harsh questions continue.
Some viewers do think of you as a non-entity and are really quite boring. What would you say to that?
I probably am a bit these days, you know. I was once labelled the most hated man in Britain, the label that I've been known for years and years. And we know, if you say to the average person on the street, you know, Darren Day, the first thing that they are going to say before any of the work that I've done or anything else is going to be love rap. So I came in here to try to change the public's perception of the person that they read about for many years and the person that I was for many years. Not, you know, I take that on the chin because I made an awful lot of bad choices in front of the whole nation.
Hi, Darren.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You are the quiet Mr. Nice Guy. But I'm wondering, is that your game plan to sail through, be nice, not cause a lot of fuss, just gently, gently not be nominated and kind of almost win by default?
I would rather go out first without a game plan than win with a game plan.
All right, next set of questions for Scotty T. Megan, this is your chance to ask Scotty anything at all you'd like to ask.
Okay, I have a few questions for Scotty.
Ask me anything, darling.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, darling.
So, the press have been saying that you was having a showmance with me. So, like, what is your opinion on that? Like, was it all fake?
Nah, wasn't fake at all, because I'll tell you why. I never expected, like, to have that connection with you, what I did.
Yeah.
It was actually real. You know, I'm going to obviously find out what happens when I get out on that.
Yeah.
So.
Next question, Megan. Go on, carry on. More.
Are you attracted to Tiff? I mean, I have been watching everything.
Yeah.
And, I mean, look, I know, like, obviously you're single, Tiff's single, I'm single. We can all do what we want, but, I mean, it was only, I think, a few hours, maybe a day until I left, that, you know, you two were getting a little bit...
No, that was a dare. That
No, not the dare. After the dare, when you were out in the garden and when Tiff, you know, I don't know if she touched your willy or not.
What?
Oh, no, we've been back there, but with me, like, I'm not being funny, but if
We saw the shower.
Oh, yeah, that was just a laugh.
Let's just ask Tiff, did you touch his willy or not?
No. It would still be in my hand if I did. No.
Number one, right, we've had a bit of flirty banter and stuff like that, but it was nothing.
It's just flirting. There's nothing
what was like
going on.
You? I've stuck by you. I've had a laugh and stuff, but
I've seen that.
I've flashed my willy around a bit. I've done a bit of daft things.
Yeah,
and
which
that,
is
like,
sweet.
But that's just me. Like,
I've seen what you said in the diary room about me, but it's nice. Thank you for that.
Were you thinking of Megan when you had your tongue down Tiffany's throat?
You know what it is? I'm going to be honest, and straight away, yeah. After I did kiss Tiffany, I did feel a bit bad, and I did think of Megan, because, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I like her and that, so...
All right, questions now for Tiffany.
Hi, Tiff.
Oh,
Louisa.
there she is.
I want to know, firstly, are you really that horny? And secondly, do you think that the prudish British public might not vote for you because of it?
Well, I'm hoping that the public will continue to vote for me, because those votes mean an awful lot to me. But at the same time, if I need to be penetrated, why should I keep that to myself? Why? Why should I do that? Just in case somebody might slip up and might want to give me the dick, I'm going to be there to receive it. There's plenty of...
You're catching that penis!
I just say one thing, Tiff. When you say, why should I wait? I want to be penetrated and I'm horny and this, that and the other. Just have a little look at that little face over there.
He ain't did nothing with me, though. I love Megan.
But who else was going to... Who did you think was going to penetrate you?
You could have a three-way. There's enough Scotty to go round.
You really did make Darren feel very uncomfortable with that statement that you made about your emotions and your feelings. For one, were they real in the first place? But two...
You mean when I was horny?
When you were making them comments to Darren saying what you felt for him and the fact that, you know, he was really doing it for you and you couldn't contain it anymore.
Yeah, girl.
You know, this is cringe TV. You are essentially a cougar 20 years too early, love, and you need to sort it out. It's really awkward.
Ooh, I'm a cougar 20 years too early. Thank you for that compliment. But let me tell you something, girl. When there's a limited amount of dick in the house, you're gonna just look and you're gonna say shit. I'm sorry.
You need to respect the dick. His dick is her dick. You need to respect that and back up.
Ooh, girl! But if your ass was in the house, you would have been jumping on his dick too. He done slept with over 1,000
I've got
women.
more respect than that for myself and her.
Well, that's beautiful. That's you. And I've never... Megan, I didn't touch his slong, girl.
His bed wasn't even cold before you were making your move.
I was keeping him warm for her. I was keeping him warm for her.
You need to back down.
Y'all better take that microphone from her, because she want to get on my last nerve.
All right, now it's time to ask Stephanie some questions.
Oh, no.
Yes. You were saying, if only my dad will say he's proud of me. I will be so happy if my dad will say he's proud of me. And then we all watched, and we could hardly breathe as we were watching this, when it was your dad on the phone. And I thought your dad was phenomenal about the whole thing, and he was just like, we are proud of you, you know, doing an amazing job. It seemed to me, anyway, that everything you could have possibly wanted him to say, he said. It was, and it
I don't want to cry because all I've done is
right,
cry.
it must have made you feel incredible.
Yeah.
So that's why we were a bit surprised, which is a bit of an understatement, when within almost, it seemed like a few minutes of that, you were back in bed with Jez, and you were getting it on so noisily.
Jez just turned everything upside down for us, and then you can't help but like,
If the roles were reversed and your boyfriend, Sam Reese, was in the house,
yes,
and you were watching him cheating on you,
yeah,
what would you do?
I think when the trust's gone, that's it then. But I think now it's about putting myself first instead of always giving 100% to everyone else.
Do you think you've got revenge on Sam by doing this to him on TV if he's broken your heart?
It's not about...
I think it's brilliant if he's fucked you over.
It's not about the revenge. I think Sam would even understand, because I think he knows he loves me that much. He broke my heart. I think he'd look at me and be like, I know I lost you a long time ago, but it turned toxic. He was holding on to something that I ended up losing the love for. You know, of course, he's gonna... Well, I don't know whether he's even sad. He might have moved on and is happy cracking on and happy with everything else.
You saw him.
He's been cashing in on it, I would say.
Been cashing in on it.
Plenty of nightclub appearances have been popping up.
I've actually done a PA with him there.
Well, there you go. And if that is the case, lap up the money, have a good time. But I've found someone now that really genuinely does care about my heart and would never hurt me again.
Irish men are the best.
Fucking enjoy your PAs, you knobhead!
All right, on that note, I would like to thank all the finalists of Celebrity Big Brother 2016.
What did he say in the PA?
Yeah. We got booked on the same one.
What did he say?
He wants to talk to you when he...
What? Hang on, what? He wants to
He's
talk...
enjoying his PA.
What did he say? He said he wants to talk to her when he comes out.
Yeah.
Well, he could never take me for dinner anyway, so maybe he can take the girl for dinner now.
Yeah, maybe.
Thanks to everybody very much indeed. Thank you to the representatives of Majesty's Press, who did a noble job. And that concludes the first...
Thank you. I'm going to Newcastle tonight.
Why are you going to Newcastle?
Tiff, keep your lips off him. Keep your lips off him.
Megs, is Jez waiting for us?
Yes, 100%.
But did he speak to you a lot? Did he... Megs, who was he with? Who was he with?
All boys.
You know what you've done? You've grown up in front of the nation.
Yeah,
in 4 weeks.
I have. I'll cheers to that. Hannah.
You have. You're coming a girl and you're going out a woman.
I am.
And it's been fucking hard. You've gone kicking and screaming, like hanging on to your shoulders, going out the door, but you're going out a lady.
I'm going out a woman.
Shit.
I'm going out a grown woman ready to get met by my man.
You are.
Look at that.
You are, babe.